Hi, good people. How are you doing? I hope you're all doing great. Thank God for coming your way once again. You are welcome to my Bits TV. Last week, our last session, we talked about dating and courting, and we tried to find the difference. And we saw that dating is the first step, whilst courting is a real business that there will be couples actually study themselves to see whether they are compatible to be together as a man and a wife. Today in our series, we are going to look at another topic. Things to consider when choosing a lifelong partner. In your bid to choose a partner, to choose a spouse, what are you supposed to look out for? I am your regular host, JK. Simply call me JK. I will be your counselor. So we said, or we agreed the other time, that do not court for so many years. Some people will be in courtship for so many years, 4, 5 years, 3 years. What are you doing for? For Christ's sake. It should be minimum time. I can't put my finger on a time, but it shouldn't take so long. Otherwise, if it takes so long, if you don't take care, cheating may set in. And then a time will come that that fire, that passion will die off. So once you date, meaning you are ready to enter into courtship, go through the courtship as early as possible, and then quickly move from courtship to the marriage, as we were talking about. And then you court not more than one person. You court one person at a time. And then note that courting is not marriage, and that you are not going to live in the man's house as a wife. No. I said the other time that if you live in the man's house, you live as a man and a wife, and you start having sex. Should something happen and you are not able to go through with your marriage, that's where one person feels cheated. That other person feels, oh, my heart is broken. No. So we should take note of all these during courtship. Now today, as I said, things that you consider when you are choosing a partner. What do you have to consider when you are choosing a partner? Yes. The fact is, are you both ready to live as partners? Are you committed? Are you ready to be with this so-called unknown person, somebody's child? Are you ready to live with this person? Or is it because your parents are just urging you, you are growing, get married, you are growing? Is it because your parents are pushing you? Or you think you are no more a child, so you want to get into marriage and leave home? You consider all these things before you zero in, before you commit yourself, before you enter into marriage. Or sometimes you think, oh, as for Kwesi, the parents are good. The parents like me. Is it because the parents are good, that's why you want to marry? Is it because the family is rich, that's why you want to get married? You must consider all these. So as you are choosing your partner, you think about all these things as I'm discussing with you. Is it because of their family? Because the boy is from a good family? Because the girl is just from a good family? Don't judge that one alone. Yes, that can be a good point. But the individual that you are going to stay together with is what you must consider. Then again, don't just marry because your parents say so. Is your intended partner your friend that you can live with? Or your parents are saying, oh, when you go and marry? No. Your will-be partner should be your friend. Should be a good friend, of course. You see, sometimes one mistake that we youth of today, we tend to do, we just see somebody today, tomorrow, we think we are in love. And then quickly, we even jump dating, and then we start courting. In fact, the person who is going to be your lifelong partner or your spouse should have been a friend. Should be your friend. You can share your jokes. You are free to open up your secrets with a friend. So think about that as you are choosing your spouse. The person that you're going to stay with should be a friend. So I'm asking, is that person that you want to zero in? Is that person that you're going to stay with? Is he a friend? And then let me ask again. If you marry too early, do you think you miss out some things or some certain things, your singleness or your liberty? You consider it. If you marry too early, will you miss out certain things that as youth, you think you're going to lose it? Being single and being free, you consider. And then consider the fact that people do not really change. Somebody has been with a parent for 19, 20, 21, 25 years with set of character, with set of behavior. You cannot think, you can't say, I will marry this guy, I'll marry this lady and change her or change him. If you think you are getting into marriage to change your partner, forget it. We can all adjust, but you can't change your partner. That one, get it right. You can't change your partner. So consider that people do not really change. And so anything that you do or you do not like about this person, you should be careful that he or she is not going to change. So as you are thinking, choosing a partner, as thinking or planning to choose a spouse, you should consider, you must know that you can't change the person. This means that you should be prepared to adjust. If you're not ready to adjust and you think you're going to change the person, that may not work. That may not work. May not work. So you consider before you choose a partner. Because the person is not likely to change. Again, will you be in position to manage financially as you want to get married? Are you sure you are ready financially? Are you sure you have a sustainable job that will bring some income to the table? You must consider. You can't just rush into marriage, because when the society know that you are married, probably your uncles, your aunties who have been tipping you may not tip you again. So as you are planning to get married, as you are choosing a lifelong partner, as you are choosing your spouse into the future, ask yourself, will I be in position to manage financially? Do I have a sustainable work? Does he or she has a sustainable work or job that will help both of us? You must look at that also. In choosing a partner, don't just see the person, especially the men. We see the caving nature of the woman. We see the beauty of the woman, and then we say we are in love. And sometimes you go into it and you crash. Yes, beauty is good. Every man, every woman, especially every man, will wish to marry a beautiful, nice woman. But beside the beauty, what are you going to eat? How are you going to sustain the relationship? How are you going to sustain your marriage? So don't just see the curvy nature. Don't just see the beauty of the woman and then, oh, I'll marry you. Think whether you are in position to manage financially. And then another point that you must consider in choosing your lifelong partner. Will you have a place to stay when you marry? Do you have a house? Do you have a room at least to yourself? Are you able to rent a room or a house? Yes, we are not saying you should have a mansion before you get married, as people may think. I know a certain young gentleman said that he wants to put up his own house, buys his own car before he gets married. That's good ambition. But if your job does not permit you to have that financial support to put up your own house or to get up your own house and buy your own car, then till when? That shouldn't be a yardstick. At least you have a sustaining job. You can rent a house where you can live with your spouse. That's a good start. You can even start with a single room, and then you later progress to maybe a chamber and hall, or maybe 2-bedroom house as the family is being expanded. So as you are choosing, as you want to marry, as you want to settle, you ask yourself, do I have a place to stay when I marry? Many a times, this responsibility falls on the men. You are going to marry the woman, so everybody is watching you, the man, to have an accommodation, to have a place of your own before you marry and bring the woman to your house. In this part of our world, in our culture, as Ghanaians, as Africans, after marriage, the woman moves to the man's house. So you ask yourself, when I marry, where would I take the woman to? Do I have a house? At least a room of yourself, where you don't have any interference with the family issues. You consider that. And then, another point that you need to consider as you are choosing your lifelong partner or your spouse. This is a bit sensitive, but we should talk about it. You look at the tribal differences and ask yourself, are the tribal differences going to affect my marriage? You must look at it. Yes, I don't know. As Africans as we are, as Ghanaians as we find ourselves, Some families, some tribes are so entrenched that they will not allow their children to marry from another tribe. And sometimes, no matter what you do, the family will not agree. Yes, they will say, oh, we are all together, same people. Yes, we are. But if your parents do not agree, your mommy does not agree, father does not agree to your relationship, please stop it. As Africans as we are, as Ghanaians as we are, we believe that the blessing from our parents into our marriage is golden. Our parents should bless our marriage. Otherwise, if you go in for somebody from a tribe that your family does not agree, and you say, oh, the marriage is between myself and my spouse, my family can go to hell. Should a problem arise, they will say, we told them. And if you don't take care, something will surely happen for them to say, we told you. So as you want to choose a partner, you must, please, this is a sensitive area, but we must talk about it. You see, you should have a conversation with your parents. You see, as you are growing, as you are thinking of marriage, you should have a discussion with your parents, like informal discussion. You'll be able to deduce, you'll be able to get them their preference. And sometimes, for all you know, they don't have any basics. They don't have any scientific basis. But they'll say, oh, one of our uncles, one of my grandmothers and grandfathers married from this family, and it didn't go well. They didn't treat us well. So because of that, your grandfather said none of their grandchildren should marry from this tribe. They may not have any concrete proof, but still, they will not let you marry in that tribe. So please, look at it well, whether the tribal differences are going to affect your marriage. And then ask yourself, can I flow with his tribesmen? Can I flow with his people or her people? You see, there's also another thing. What our family, what our mothers and our grandmothers are saying, sometimes there's a little, I say, positive in it. You want to marry from tribe A. You are from tribe B and you want to marry from tribe B. And then you just like the man that you want to marry. You just like the woman that you want to marry. But when you hear his people speak their language, then you ask, which language is that? If you hear his people or her people speak their language, then you ask, what is that? If you have that mentality, reconsider your position. So before you choose your partner, before you choose your spouse, ask yourself, can I flow with his people? Can I flow with his tribesmen? Their culture, do I accept it? Their way of life, do I accept it? You are married from so and so tribe. You know, as for this tribe, the best food they like. And you don't like that food. You are not prepared to struggle, to learn, to hustle, to prepare that food for the man. So these tribal issues, I urge you, please, young men and young women out there. Yes, the Christian will say, yes, we are all same people. The Muslims will say, we are all same people. We all say same people, same blood. But be careful. Make sure your parents approves of it. Make sure. You see, let me share an example with you. There is a tribe, and even within the tribe, there are some sort of division. I remember one of my uncles was going to marry from a certain town, even in my hometown, in our vicinity, in the same sort of traditional area, but a particular town. I was young, but I remember the family members objected because according to them, the women from that particular town, they are not good women. They don't like work. They are lazy. And that when the uncle marries or married that woman from that tribe, the woman will just come and waste his money. So the family did all that they could to stop this marriage from materializing. Even the same traditional area, just different towns. So you see, this is so strong. So when it comes to different towns, different regions, different cultures, you must be careful. Make sure everything is cool before you move. Don't fall in love before it comes to a point that your parents will tell you, we will not agree, for it to bring a problem, for it to be a problem for you. You must consider the tribal differences, the cultural differences, and then if you are okay, if your family, your especially your immediate family, your mommy and your daddy, if they approve of it, then you are good to go. You must look at that also. And another point that you must consider, disparity in educational levels. I am a first degree holder. I am master's degree. I hold PhD. I hold this and that. And my woman to be, my wife to be, my husband to be has just completed secondary school, secondary education. Will I be comfortable with this woman? Will I be comfortable with this man? And mostly, I don't know how it is. But women, mostly, I stand to be corrected. But that's what I have seen mostly. Women with higher education, women with their master's degree I'm choosing my words carefully, may not or will rarely marry men who are, let's say, uneducated, or let's say basic school level. It doesn't happen mostly. Yes, you may get some few cases. So you ask yourself as you are choosing your partner, will her educational levels, will his education level affect you? That difference, will it affect you? If you think you are cool, then fine. There was a case that we handled some time. They were all secondary school leavers, and then they were working. They were sort of people teachers, and the woman had opportunity to go to the training college. So the woman went to the training college and came back. The man was not happy. Was not good. That why should the woman be more educated than he, the man? But gradually, the man, because they were all teaching, so he thought it was cool. Gradually, the woman had admission into the university. But that's where the problem came. When the lady was going to the university, when the lady had admission, the man told the woman that she should choose between the university and the marriage, because he, the man, will not allow the woman to go to the university and come back to marry her. And that was a problem. Because the man thinks, this woman goes to the university, he comes, he will see me as nobody, and probably the woman will leave him and go for another man. So you see, but if you think you are cool, you are comfortable, you see, what matters is love. If you think you love each other, at least the man works, the woman works. That matters. So you consider, you look at the educational background and see whether you are okay with it. Then you can move ahead. And then another point that I want us to also look at as you are choosing your lifelong partner or your spouse. Does he or she think or talk about your development? The man that you want to stay with. Does he talk about how to develop you? Maybe you are just an excess lever. Does the man think or talk about helping you get your first degree, or get a certificate elsewhere, or get a trade, or raise some funds for you to start a business? Does the wife to be urges you to educate yourself, train yourself, build up yourself? Even sometimes socially, there are some people who are timid. They can't go to public and express themselves. If there is a party, there is a dinner, you want to go, you see them, they may not be comfortable going. So as you know you're going to live with this person, is this person helping you to overcome this timidity? Is this helping you? Is this guy, this woman, helping you to overcome this fear? So as you are zeroing in, look at this, think, watch out whether your man thinks about developing you educational, wise, professional, social, and then even the spiritual. If you are believers, if you are Christians, if you are Muslims, whichever faith that you find yourself in, is the man urging you to build up in your faith? Is a man urging you to boost up your business? Is he helping you to better or further your education better? You must consider all these things before you venture into it finally. And then, can you share your space? Can you adjust? Somebody say, oh, me, I sleep with light on. Somebody say, oh, me, I can't sleep with the light on. Are you able to adjust? Are you prepared to adjust? So that as you are going to live with this person may like to sleep with light on. You may not like to sleep with the light on. Are you able to adjust? Somebody is careless. Somebody will just remove the socks and throw it away. Will pick the cup and leave it anywhere. Maybe you are the type that knows where your pin will even be found. Are you able to adjust? Because the man that you're going to marry will just remove the socks, especially the men. Will remove the socks, throw it away. Will remove the shoe, leave one in the dining hall, leave one in the hall. Are you able to put up with this man? Are you able to share your small space with this man? And then, can you let go of your freedom? Yes, you are free. You can go out with the friends. You chill out. You go out. As you want to zero in, are you ready to let go of your freedom? If you are single, you can move out with friends. You can go watch football, watch soccer, do this, visit here, party here and there. Are you able to let go of your freedom? And are you prepared to avail yourself for your husband? Are you prepared to avail yourself for your wife? Sometimes your husband may need you. You see, as Africans as we are, we must understand that the women are expected to do the household chores, to do the cooking. Yes, we know the men help. we advise, we urge the men to help their women. But the core mandate is for the woman to do the household chores. That one, as blacks as we are, as Africans as we are, at this part of our culture, we can't rule that thing out. But we urge loving husbands to help their wives in some sort of household chores. That shows how loving you are. So you, the man, are you able to avail yourself to help the spouse? As children are coming in the night, the baby will be crying. Are you ready to wake up, cut off your sleep, and help the woman take care of the baby? If you are ready to let go of your freedom, then you are good to go. And then can you love to the fullest? For man, the good book said, the man should love the wife no matter what. Whether she does her duty or not, your responsibility is to love your wife, period. So can you love your wife to the fullest? And the women, they say humble. Whether the man drinks, whether the man comes home early, whether the man loves you or not, yours is to humble, period. So you see, if the man laughs, the humility automatically comes. If the woman humbles, the love will automatically come. So as each one of us does our part, then we have a perfect home. And then you should adjust. Be ready to adjust. Be ready to cling to your spouse. You see, we'll look at the clinging aspect later. But as you have come together, you and you, two of you, as the Christians say, 1 + 1 is still 1. You and you become 1. As I'm ending, do not just fall in love. Listen and read my lips. Do not just fall in love, but rather choose to walk wisely into love. Don't just fall in love. Walk into love. You walk with your eye open. Don't just say, I'm in love, I'm in love. Those who just fall in love, they sometimes experience broken heart. So don't just fall in love, walk in love. And choose wisely. Because they say, for better, for worse. Thank you, people, for listening to my program. We'll come your way next week, same time, same station. God bless you. Bye-bye.